Hi, everyone, and welcome to Divine Resolution Tarot. This is your daily forecast for Tuesday, February 25th. So I've shuffled the deck, I've pulled your cards. This actually looks like it could be a continuation of yesterday's energy. If you haven't watched for yesterday, go check out the reading. Somebody had asked you for something, right? Now, looking into this, you're starting your spread with judgment. So I see you making a decision today. Or at least if you don't make the decision today, you know that you need to make it soon. So it's weighing very heavy on your mind. There's something in your life that it feels like, I don't mean to laugh, but it's like at one point you were doing this because you felt like you could learn a lesson. Or maybe you were just doing this like by time until something better came along. This could be work. This hopefully isn't a relationship, but if it is, maybe you were just like dating this person because you wanted to go outside of your house, and maybe you weren't in love with them, but at the same time, it was like, this is someone cool to hang out with. I don't know. It looks like this situation now has gone from being something that was an experience to being something that's a hassle. You were kind of made to feel like after you started whatever this is that you had to keep doing this. So like if this is a continuation of yesterday's reading where somebody asked you for help, maybe they're continuously asking for help, right? Maybe it went from like, could you give me a ride home from work today to like, could you give me a ride home from work for the rest of the week, right? It's something like that where it's like initially you were like, okay, this is a moment for growth or a moment for just to pass the time, or, I could do this thing once or twice. This isn't a forever thing. But now it's becoming like a hassle, and you felt kind of like emotionally entangled in whatever this is. Like, how do I break it to the other person involved that this isn't what I want to do anymore? Could be you wanting to quit a job, right? Could be you no longer want to give a service to a particular client. It's something along the lines of like you realize you're not obligated. It's just more like how do I deal with this person understanding that I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to be in this situation anymore, right? And so it's almost like the decision to remove this person, remove the situation, leave the situation has already been made at this point. Now it's just a matter of like, how do I break it to this person, right? Or how do I put in my notice at this job? Do I give a 2-week notice, or do I just not come back after today? It's that kind of thing, right? High Priestess, for how this will affect you. So I see you contemplating, but playing your cards very close to your chest. You're not talking about the situation at all. For some of you, this person is waiting on a decision, right? Maybe you've been offered an opportunity and you're supposed to be like getting back to them. Or maybe somebody's asked you for that favor and you're supposed to be getting back to them. It's kind of the energy of like, you're not giving an answer yet. You know you don't want to do this, but you're just more trying to figure out how to tell whoever this is that you're not into it anymore. Your opportunity is to be done with this. I kind of think whatever this is, it's actually like more of a hassle or a headache than it's worth. And so you do have an opportunity to cut something out of your life that feels like it's been kind of a drain, or if you stayed in the situation, it would start to be a drain. Your obstacle, though, is that Knight of Cups in the reverse. So that kind of goes back to that feeling of like, I don't want to disappoint somebody. I know I'm not obligated to do this, but like, I don't want to look like a bad person. I don't want to seem like the bad guy when I tell them I can't do this, because I know that like technically I could do this thing, but I also just don't want to do this thing. If it makes you feel any better, it doesn't look like this thing is your job. So not doing it, it kind of is what it is. Like 6 of Pentacles is your advice. Your time could be better spent somewhere else or with someone else. You would get more bang for your buck, or a better return on your time, right? You could try to negotiate a way to make this make more sense for you. If you really just feel like you have to not let this person down. You know, maybe you could say like, well, I can't babysit 5 days a week, but I could babysit 2 days a week, right? Like, you could negotiate something if you want. For others of you, you just need to ask this person to pay you. That's all there is to it. Like, if it's that person, it's like, could you take me home from work today? Oh, could you take me home from work the rest of the week? And it's so out of your way. And it's like, yes, you could take them home. There really isn't anything you need to be doing. But at the same time, like, it's out of your way and this person kind of annoys you. Just ask for money, right? Just be like, hey, gas is high. I'm going to need you to cash at me something for this. Like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like whatever it is, you don't have to do it, right? You absolutely don't have to do it. I do think that if you're like, somebody who really values your time and you like to see like a return on like things that you're doing, this probably isn't the like endeavor for you. You could be doing something that is a lot more beneficial to you. But for those of you who are like, oh, I feel guilty, just tell this person you want money. Like, and I know that sounds mean, but it is hard to like absorb the cost of driving someone, an extra 20 miles out of your way, or babysitting for free when it's like you have a whole life, and kids can be exhausting, especially when they're not yours, right? Just tell this person you want money, and in all honesty, they'll probably go away because this person is kind of a mooch. So if you set the boundary of like, I can't give you everything you want, or I can do what you want, but I also need you to like give me something in return, they're going to move along and they're going to find somebody else to do that thing. And then you're free and clear, and you don't have to do it anymore. Right. Just from setting that boundary of like, yeah, I can do it, but I need a better salary. I need a better pay. I need, they're not going to give it to you. They're going to actually go somewhere else, where they can try to like guilt someone else into doing something for free or cheap. Okay. So don't worry about it too much. That's kind of why your opportunity is the Five of Pentacles. It's like this person, they just kind of use people, you feel bad because you're a good person. That's really what it boils down to. And because this person knows you're a good person, that's why they're trying to get you to rope yourself into whatever this is, right? All right, you got, I pay attention and listen to what my body needs. So this oracle card, I think, came out for the 21st. So Friday, I believe. So this could be a continuation of something that's happened to you on Friday. It could be that this situation came out and then like you've been thinking about it over the weekend and now it's time to give a response. Your question to think about today is, what was the last thing you did to treat yourself? And when do you take time out to breathe and listen to your feelings? And that's kind of that Six of Pentacles, Knight of Cups in reverse energy is like, if this is impeding on your comfort or like the little bit of time that you actually take for yourself, you don't need to feel bad about doing that. Like, doing nothing is doing something, especially if you're a busy person. And if this is impeding on your time to like do nothing, that is something, right? You need that. All right. So daily lessons, see God in all things. Today's lesson, put yourself in slow motion and observe everything and everyone through the lens of, this is sacred and it speaks to me. How does that change your environment? Your goal, to learn the spiritual practice of seeing God in all things. So not to be funny, but just the way I was saying, like, doing nothing is doing something. That is like the time, maybe that's the time that like God speaks to you, right? When I was a kid, I saw this sign in church. It says, prayer is how I talk to God. Meditation is how God talks to me. And so maybe if this is like impeding on just your time alone, that's where you're getting your downloads. That's like, if you're starting to feel kind of agitated because you're thinking about doing this thing or you've been doing this thing, because with this Eight of Swords, it looks like you're kind of dreaming of when this will be over, or like not having this be an issue in your life. Understand that whatever else you could be doing, like I said, even if it's nothing, that obviously is some kind of like sacred time that it feels like you're not getting or that you won't be getting. and that's causing you anxiety when you think about committing to this for the long run. Okay. All right. This has been your message. Good luck with this, and I will speak to all of you again soon. Take very good care of yourselves. Bye.